Hello, it's a good evening to you all from Church of Uganda Family TV. My name is Emmanuel Odeke, and for now at least, I'm still the host of Let's Talk here on Church of Uganda Family TV. You can definitely find us along Kampala Road in Church House, floor 13. You will find us there, and whatever you need of us to do, we'll definitely do it, as long as it is within our powers. I'm happy to be here again today, and today we'll be discussing empowered human resource. It will be cutting across. Wherever we'll go, wherever we'll start from there, and wherever we'll end from there. And so today with me in the studios, I have two serious people who sometimes look serious, but again simple on the other hand. To my immediate right is Daphine Kyakunzire. Daphine is, she calls herself Mama Africa. And would you like to say hello to the viewers and mention a few things about yourself?
About myself, okay, thank you. As he said, I'm Daphine Kyakunzire. I don't call myself Mama Africa.
You are.
They call me Mama Africa, and I'm honored.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so honored. I'm sure everyone who is watching, at least 90% have heard about Mama Africa, what I do, what I always talk about, and more so the women bit when it comes to empowerment, when it comes to etiquette, when it comes to business. You'll always find me there.
So at least some people have heard about the Mama Africa.
The majority.
Majority.
Yeah.
Very interesting. To my extreme right is the guild president-elect, Kyambogo University. Maybe next time when I have him here, I will bring him along with the president of MOOC, and then with one of MOOBs, so they can discuss matters of university well. But that is not why I brought him here today. Wafula, would you like to say hello to our people?
Yes.
And more so to the Kyambogo fraternity.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. A good evening to each and every viewer. My name is Wafula Edrine Koholo. I am just the 19th Guild President elect, I must say, because our elections have just been concluded. We had elections last week on Thursday. That's when I was elected duly by the students of Kyambogo University. I'm not just a mere Guild President, but I'm a Students Guild President, because they've been the students that have put the trust in us, that even after voting, even someone who voted at 8 a.m. in the morning did not leave the polling station. They stayed around till we were declared at midnight. Therefore, that literally makes me a Students Guild President. Next time when I'm coming here, just like you say that you will allow me come with my brothers at MOOC and the MOOBs who are the guild presidents, but I think that time also you should allow us to come with our vice presidents. We should also come with our vice presidents, and I think we all have vice presidents who are ladies. And if we are to discuss about women empowerment, we need these people to be around here. Because even when we say that we have them and people are not seeing them and not watching them, they may not be able to accept.
Okay.
Yes, personally I have not yet gotten one. But because I would like to empower the girl child, I'm going to have a female, a vice president who is a lady. Because if we are to talk about women empowerment, it should not just be verbal, it should also be seen practically.
Now, those are interesting facts you can only get here on Church of Uganda Family TV. You might want to notice that one common thing that both of them have mentioned is Mama Africa said I don't call myself Mama Africa, but they call me Mama Africa. And then Wafula says, I am not the guild president, but the students' guild president. You want to understand what that means well as time goes on. There is a president, a guild president, but there is also the students' guild president, meaning that sometimes there can be one who is not the actual president. So, but for today we'll be discussing empowered human resource. Human resource here we'll be looking at what people can do and what they have to offer here and there, left, right, and center. So, Wafula, you come from a university.
Yes.
And I'm sure it is not your first year there.
Exactly.
How is the development of human resource there? We all know, just to make you aware, in university there is no parent. Everyone who goes to study there is a student. So whether you go and you're a parent, there is no VD. There is no visitation day. And so by the time you go to university, the thought is that you are mature enough to pursue what took you there. How is the development of human resource there?
Well, when you are to basically look at the women empowerment, I should say, if so, in a layman's understanding, we should be looking at how we can raise the status of women to influence social change, both for themselves and others. So basically, when we start to look at a university, of course, before you join university, you should be able to leave high school. And we notice that social change does not start in the Kyambogo University, or social change does not start in the university. Social change starts way back from our smallest units, those are families. That even when you have a family, a mother, a father, and the children, these families are being empowered, the ladies are being empowered. That even when I have a daughter, she can decide on what she wants to be. The mother of the family can decide on what maybe should be done in the family. But even when we go at society level, we have these ladies being empowered. We have, for instance, if we are to have counsellors, yes, there's lots where these counsellors, we shall have ladies contesting with the men, but there is at least a specific position for a lady that is at society level. Therefore, that is a way of empowering these ladies. But now when we come to an institution, for example, Kyambogo University, before you join, for instance, me who studied from Kennedy Secondary School along Entebbe Road, you notice that by the time you leave school, if you're a lady, you've done Form 6, you're going to go to campus when you already have 1.5. Amongst the points, the weights, you already have 1.5. That is enough empowerment. You should be encouraged that I already have 1.5. You at least have a starting point. The boy child starts from 0. We are not saying it is unfair. We are empowering these ladies.
But it is already unfair by the mere fact that one has 0 and the other has 1.5.
But
does that want to suggest that one is disadvantaged?
It could be to you, but not to us.
Yeah.
We that treasure women empowerment, that is being fair enough to the ladies, to our sisters. These are people that may not be able to fully attend the lessons or the lectures like the men can do because of the different challenges that they get along the way. Therefore, in order to keep these people around, to make sure that we continue with them, they should be able to give them the 1.5. Actually, if I had the mandate, I would increase it to at least maybe 3, so that we can have more of them joining university, and we stay with them in the university. Now, if these people are empowered by giving them the 1.5, I would like to just encourage my sisters and people outside there, the ladies, that this is an opportunity that you must be utilizing. For instance, if I happen to sit in the same class with you, I have a friend that I studied with from Form 1 to Form 6. We happened to do the same combination. That was PCM. And at the end of the day, we got to the same points. What I scored in math, what I scored in chemistry and physics, even GPICT, the same. But at the end of the day, she happens to have more weights than I did. This is enough to empower these people. But even when we get on to the university, there is no course that is limited maybe to the male. Every course is open to each and everyone. This is enough empowerment. Now we are going to look at the guilty leadership we have in Kyambogo University. We do have what we call the GRCs.
The one you have not yet.
No, not yet, but I should not say that I've not been there. By the way, I should inform people that I've not jumped out of nowhere to become a guilty president of Kyambogo University. I joined the Kyambogo in 2019. And in my second semester, while in year 1, I contested as a guild representative councillor for Faculty of Engineering.
And you passed.
And I went through. When I got to year 2, because I had the love to serve the students, I still came back at engineering as a good representative councillor. And the students still sent me to the house. This shows I was working for them, by the way. There's no way they can send you for the second term. And now this is my 3rd time I'm going to the guild house. There is no way students can trust you and send you to the house
three times and you're not doing
when
anything.
You're doing nothing.
Very
but
interesting
just like I was
here.
saying, when these people in this guild leadership, for instance, at Faculty of Engineering, as we are speaking today, they are taking 11 GRCs, the guild representative councillors. It is constitutionally stated that if they are taking 11, there should be at least a lady. At least a lady, to an extent that we had the first 11 being gentlemen. But since it clearly states that at least a lady, if the first 11 are gentlemen, and maybe we have a lady after the first 11, they have to remove the 11th gentleman and he put a lady. That is empowerment. However, when the first 11 ladies, they don't remove the 11th lady. They leave the ladies. That is enough empowerment. Now, we also have to go to, we have positions, special interest. For example, if you're serving the evening students, they take 2 representatives, but they say at least a lady. As we speak today, we are currently having the 2 representatives for the evening students. And the first and second were ladies. They left them, and they are now serving. The boy child is not complaining. We are empowering
the ladies.
Child. Now, when we go to a guild president, Kyambogo University, I'm currently the 19th guild president. By the way, in this whole world, we are only 19 guild presidents of Kyambogo University, and I'm the 19th. But even when you look at the 19 that we are having, 16 of them have been gentlemen, and 3
are ladies.
Meaning that these positions are open to everyone. That even if you're a lady, you can contest. But at the end of the day, these guild presidents are representatives to the university council, which is the supreme organ of the university. It is clearly stated that when you're guild president, you must be able to appoint another representative to the university council, but must be of an opposite sex. You see, if it was not clear that it should be of an opposite sex, it could be possible that I'm a gentleman
and you get another gentleman.
I get another gentleman.
But anyway, those constitutional things are very clear, and there is no way you can dodge them. Now, when you return from the break, Mama Africa is here. As the guild president was talking, I saw her nodding the head and smiling. You want to hear what was in her mind? There is a video that just went viral of a young girl messing up here and there. I'm hopeful that you saw it.
Yeah, I did.
What is your take
on the video?
On the video.
Thank you very much for starting with that video, because it's what is going viral. But allow me to appreciate my colleague here.
Definitely, you'll have to appreciate when the guy wants to give you 3. By the way, ladies, now pray that Wafula becomes the the next. Is it a chancellor? I don't know, whichever. So that you get 3. You already have 1.5. Men have 0.
I like his argument, and I like the fact that he has lived to accept the fact that there must be women empowerment. There are people out there who don't believe in that, and they believe women must not be empowered, they must be left behind, they must not take the same stake as men. Thank you for that mentality. Let's go back to the video you've been asking me about. I'm sure everyone that is watching us has watched that video. I don't know if the producer is going to play it or...
let's leave it.
Let's leave it. Okay. When you look at that video, there are very many things that come into your mind. One, it takes you back to family upbringing. We are not going to blame only the victims in that video. We are also going to blame the people that raised those children. I'm going to use children because for us we believe that any child that is below the age of 18 is a child. So those are literally children. They are children because they are below the age of 18, as it has been speculated and as people have been taking it on. So we take it back to the roles and responsibilities of parents. As parents, what have they done to make sure they raise better citizens? This is something that is failing us, and at this kind of generation, this is what is happening. Secondly, social media influence. We have a lot of negative influencers than the positive influencers. These people do things in their own knowledge. You're not going to tell me these kids were drunk, they were pushed to do something. They were doing it in their own sense of understanding. By the time someone gets a phone, records you while you are doing something you all know is literally wrong, and you go ahead to post it. These people, mainly, they know these things, they will shame our neighbor and will go unpunished. And we've seen very many of these incidents where people do such things and they go unpunished. You've seen very many of them. So people do them because they know they are going to go unpunished. If it wasn't for the social media to come out and criticize this video, as I speak right now, you, neither I nor him, do we know if the victims have been arrested or if they've been called to answer. We don't know, but what we know is the victim is at the police.
What is current? What I last heard was she refused to cooperate with the police, so she refused to let go of the suspects, and then so she says, "I am the reason. I'm the problem myself.
Why I'm being beaten?
Why I'm being beaten?" So
there is no way they can get hold of the other people.
I think she's unwilling to hand them over.
But as I was telling you, social media influence, these things also have been, the influence of social media is affecting us very much. Because what they see is what they post, is what they do, is they think it's trend, they think it's fashion to come and dehumanize and belittle someone because they want that kind of, you know, we've seen how, you've seen people share nudes, you've seen people share other people's private parts and, you know, all that kind of thing, because they think it's the way to go, it's the trend to go. So we've had the negative influence and the positive influence, but the biggest bit of it is the negative influence.
Now, with that kind of behavior and ladies treating themselves that way, yet Wafula is saying he needed to add from 1.5 to 3. Don't you think he needs to add it to 5? So that they can stop doing this kind of things? Because I don't think, does that kind of behavior empower them in any way? Or it actually de-empowers?
It doesn't. That's why I started with parental roles. For us, this generation, the biggest problem we are facing is teaching children morals they don't see. I'll come and tell you, be smart. I personally telling you to be smart, I'm the shabbiest. We are teaching morals. We are teaching and raising children to be what they don't see. You're giving them a hard job to learn what they can't see. You're the parent teaching your child to do this, but you literally do the opposite. It all starts from child upbringing, the roles of the parents. Before we actually criticize anyone here, we have to criticize the parents. They play a very big role, which they have neglected of recent. This generation is being raised by Facebook, by TikTok, by Twitter, by Snapchat. What do you expect? Of course, a decayed generation. The parents have completely left us to the society to chew, to the society to direct us anywhere they want. So it is the children that are doing things on their own, are doing things according to Snapchat, according to TikTok, according to Facebook, according to Kim Kardashian, and the result is this. To the women, what role have you played? It goes back to us, to the parents. No one is going to teach your child better than you do, not even at school. Because at school, all they do is chase the syllabus. They are busy chasing the syllabus. No one is going to sit down your child and tell them to behave. Tell them to act this. Tell them to do what is right. No one. Most of these people are chasing syllabuses. And the parents who would have done this are also taken up by that shadow of Facebook, Snapchat. So you can't even differentiate who the parent and the mother is. You can't differentiate the child and the mother. They're all acting the same.
Very interesting things here. Now you want to be surprised that the parents are busy on WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, and the children are also busy on the same. Now, you have a society of parents who are busy chasing for money. While they're chasing for money, you get the point. While they're chasing for money, there is also WhatsApp and ICT and stuff there. So I don't know what joy would someone really have in posting such a video of someone who is undressed. Now, just to us, when some of us were growing up, even seeing a nikki of a lady seemed to be a very, very funny thing. These things were hidden. Today, somebody can wash their things and hang them in a line, in a muzigo. And there is no, someone is not bothered that these are inner garments. That is not public. And nowadays it is I don't understand what is going on. I don't understand. But who will help Uganda with this kind of matter? Mr. Guild President, will Kyambogo University, because even in Kyambogo, actually, will the VC help? Will the government help? Who is going to help Uganda with this kind of moral decay? The decadence in our country is totally messed up. And somebody is literally not even apologetic over such a kind of behavior. Who is going to help with this kind of thing?
Basically, I think I will not differ from Mama Africa. It comes back to the parents. How do you raise your children? Because even when you send them, like you said, Kyambogo University, when you send them to Kyambogo University, they don't come to Kyambogo to study morals. These are people that simply come to study engineering. These are students that simply come to study, maybe they are doing education, they are doing accounting and finance. So basically this literally means that we have our parents that need to raise us in a proper manner. And it shouldn't also be limited to only the parents. It should be the concern of the society where we come from. For instance, if I happen to come from maybe in a Maingo district like I do, in a certain village, Namutawa, we mean these people should be fully in charge of Wafula Edrine Koholo. Because at the end of the day, if something happens of such a kind, I'm not only shaming maybe Kyambogo University, I'm not only shaming my family, but I'm shaming the whole society. Literally, you're also concerned about that video, but you're not the father.
Wafula,
yes.
Let's be genuine. Gone are the days when a child was brought up by community. You and I will bear witness. You dare touch somebody's child, you end up in police. And you know you can sleep in cells because you beat somebody's child in the sense of disciplining them. So how dare you say, people only take the positive bit of pride. That is our son, he's the guild president, he's the MP, he's whichever, name them. But nobody will want to take responsibility over. That's why you see everyone is just posting and everybody is commenting whatever they want to comment.
But if we believe these children, they also have parents. So should we assume the parents have failed to play their role? Now I think we should now focus on good. We should now pray. We should now focus on good. Because if our earthly goods are now failing to play their roles, if the society now is neglecting, I think the best solution should be good now at such a moment.
Wafula has handed over Uganda, has handed over a messed up generation to God to sort it out, to make sure things, to make sure God puts back things in order. He's seeing like the government, because even when you go to university, they don't teach morals. Actually, it is worse in university because you do what you want. You go for lectures when you want. You get the point. You can choose to do papers if you want. You can choose to study if you. It is literally maybe in high school where they try to do a little bit, just a little. But even there, like Mama Africa said, they are chasing the syllabus. They want to win. Those days we used to say Bukenya. Nowadays is it Odongo or something? Everyone Odongo. So people are chasing syllabus. So that's how dangerous we are in. That's the danger ahead of us. And those are people, they will come with papers of engineering, and yet the morals are messed up.
But something I should say is that even the society has tried its best. When you go now to Kyambogo University, even when we have these guild ministries, we have a ministry for ethics and integrity. So now what we should do is to go down and find out, do these people, the people that are in charge, those that are responsible, do they play their roles? I believe even our country also has a minister, I think, of ethics. But at the end of the day, do they play their roles apart from moving around calling themselves ministers of ethics? So this is where we should now focus. Are these people doing their roles? Are they failing? Now, if you're failing, do you need that ministry to be there? Because basically, if you're a minister of ethics, can you now handle that part? If it has failed, now should we remove the ministry? Because if that ministry is there, they pay you as a minister. Now, should they pay you for doing nothing?
But what are they doing? Even with such a thing, you won't be surprised that even the Minister of Ethics and Integrity has not made a statement on it.
Then we don't need that minister. I'm sorry to the minister.
You want to be surprised that even the Minister of Ethics and Integrity, because one, the girl was undressed and and all that kind of stuff, that is dehumanizing the person. There is no, at least the person would have come out to condemn.
You know, this takes us back to what I told you, that people have been doing things and the people responsible do nothing about it, so they feel like it's okay. It's okay for us to go and dress ourselves. It's okay to assault one another. It's okay to do this and post, because at the end of it all, we are going to go unpunished. We've seen actually, this video cannot be compared to someone whose nudes have leaked. But you know how many videos have leaked? How many nude videos have leaked? And all we stop at is the police is investigating.
And the outcome is never reported.
Is never reported. So these people who are watching will be like, we can do this and go away with it. We can do this and go away with it. And trust me, if there is nothing done, a lot is coming. Like more lot. More lot is coming.
And actually, if you don't put it on your WhatsApp or something on your Twitter account, you are not...
You can notice from someone's post, the caption they put, that this person is actually posting for another person to get to know for fun, but not really because they are concerned. Not really because this is way too much. What can we do about it? You know, like someone comments as like, oh wow, but nice, you know, nice press. But this is something very serious beyond that. You would first talk sense before noticing that she actually has nice goodies. This is what is happening right now. People are using social media to get follows, to get likes, to get what, and not to empower, not to be constructive, not to be developmental. That is the worst bit we are facing right now. And this era is going to be a decayed one. A very decayed one. That is if nothing is called upon. You asked, who is going to help, or where can we get a solution? Trust me, no one. Not even the government, because that is the last option you would go to. But not even the government can do anything about this. It is us. Because no one is going to come and teach you down and tell you, respect one another. Do this, do this. There's some things we know that they are natural in us. So if we ourselves destroy them, no one is going to bring them back to us. It is us, ourselves. You play your part as a father, as a husband, as a citizen, as a Ugandan. You see something going wrong, do something about it. But very many of us see very many things going wrong and astray, and the best thing we do is silence. Trust me, like you've said, the minister has not said anything about it. They are watching, you know. There are very many people who have louder voices than Mama Africa, louder voices than Wafula, louder voices than maybe you, but they are mute. They cannot come out to condemn certain things. They cannot, because it's not about them. It's not my child. It's none of their business. That is the kind of situation we are in. The situation of raising children as a community, like you have said, faded long way. And it is one of the reasons why we are having all these challenges. Because you cannot correct someone's child, they will be like, that one doesn't like my child, she's beating my child, she talks ill about my child. Yet actually you would be playing your role as a citizen. So because in this era of everyone raise your children, parents should do their role. They should play their role. Monitor your children. Do your best. I mean, you only have to do your best and God does the rest. There is no one who is going to do this for us. No one. I will come here and tell you, dress well, respect each other, do this. But if you don't play your part, we're yet to suffer another 100% decayed era.
Human resource with decayed morality, with decayed morals, is just zero itself. However much you get somebody with a first-class degree, with bogus morals, you can't add anything to society. We are still here. I am still here with the guild president of Kyambogo, Mr. Wafula Edrine. And I don't know if it's for NRM or FDC or, but it is okay. That is not, I'll call him here next time for, for that. And then Mama Africa is a very good person. I will not tell you where she falls. I don't know whether she's red on top and green inside. But it is okay. It is okay. Nowadays, I'm told in Uganda, you can have people who are green outside, and then inside they are yellow, and then in the middle they are red. But some of these things, survival for the fittest. Where there is meat, that's where you go. Don't remain where there are bones. Now, we want to take a bit and evaluate some of the programs that have been put in place to empower the girl child, to empower women, because there are many associations for women, WEPO. Everywhere you go, you find women are those adding anything, or they are not doing any much? Mama Africa.
To me, I think they are adding something. The programs, we've seen various programs. We've seen these girl initiatives where they teach them to tailoring, hairdressing. We've seen very many organizations come up. We've seen women do organizations to give out fellow women free pads. That is one of the biggest challenge that the girl child faces. So if someone comes up to solve that problem, they're empowering the women. And by the time someone comes up and is like, let's start this for these women so that they can do something, they're empowering them. By the time someone tells you, let me hold your hand, learn to do hairdressing, learn to do tailoring, they're empowering you to be more of yourself, to be a better person, to be a stronger woman than you are. And I appreciate all those programs. However, there are also some people who masquerade through those programs, but I will not go so much into them. But we should know that they have the positive and the negative, because you've heard of women being called together, they meet, then they tell them to Malaysia to do certain things. So it's also up to the women out there to join programs that are very positive and developmental. We have a lot of empowerment right now, but you should also know that there is also negative empowerment. So it is up to you out there to know that this will build me and construct me positively. This is going to tear me down. This is not going to make me the woman that I want to be. Yeah.
Wafula,
yes, please.
We have a girl child having 1.5.
Yes.
The boy has 0. So for us, we start from 0 always. We find our level.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't the nation putting all eyes on ladies, women, girls, girl child education? Isn't there a future? Isn't there a threat to the side of the boy child in the near future?
I shouldn't say there is a threat, because by the time you start empowering the lady or the girl child, as a boy I must know, in order to survive in a society where ladies are empowered, I should also work hard. That's why at the end of the day, even when they empower these ladies, they give you 1.5. You'll go to a class of engineering and you don't find only girls, you'll even find gentlemen. And actually we are the most people there. However, this is an advantage to the girl child. Because for instance, if they say the cutoff points of civil engineering are 50.5 and a girl child gets 49. If we add them the 1.5, that's when they will do their dream course of civil engineering, for instance. So this is an advantage, but it is not, I shouldn't say it is a threat to us. The truth is, when we empower the girl child, the gentlemen, we should also be encouraged to work harder. Because as we're empowering the girl child, we are not only empowering maybe a lecturer's girl child or what, they're actually empowering my sister. They're also empowering my daughter, the one that I'm going to produce. Therefore, there is no reason as why we would even fight it or be worried that they are fighting the boy child. It is actually an encouragement.
I think the issue is not fighting. the issue is, won't they lose morale at some point? If all eyes are put this way, this way, this way, before you notice, don't you think they will forget something that is not oftenly mentioned?
If people can think the way I think, then this is an encouragement, like I've said, to the boy child to work harder.
Actually, I have liked that so much, because for me the sense here is, if both of you are, for example, if both, for example, Edrine and Mama Africa are bank managers, you're earning 1.5, for example, the man in his wisdom should sketch beyond to see how to make this 1.5 a 3M to run the family. That is what I think. Yes. Because if with even the 1.5 the lady is earning 1.5, and even you the man, you're also being comfortable with that, then there is a problem.
But I think these ladies, even after being empowered, they should feel like they're empowered to an extent that if we are all now earning 1.5, the ladies should also feel that they can do what a man can do. That should be the purpose of the empowerment. At the end of the day, we should have these ladies have it in their hearts that now that we are empowered, we can do what a man can do. I have one uncle in the village. There are 7 days of the week, but my uncle has a, should I say, policy at his home that he only provides food for 6 days.
The seventh day?
The seventh day, it is now the wife that should provide. I think that is even a way of empowering the ladies. That is an encouragement to them that at least, apart from being a wife, might be a housewife, I should find something to do, so that on that day, that special day that I'm supposed to provide, I should actually provide something that is better than what my husband provides.
Okay, just to add on his point, getting something what to do. I think there is especially the church community. The church community has got a lot to do when it comes to get something to do. Most of the women, actually most of the churches are filled with women.
Actually 3/4 or even more. Normally men are, I don't know.
Very little, yes. Yeah. And it is this thing of work that the church should emphasize more than the miracle thing. I don't know if you're getting my point. There is no way you're going to empower a woman. Yes, you're going to tell them, you're going to be a great woman, you're going to be rich, you're going to do this. There is no way you're going to take all those things you take. By the way, speaking or not, I'm a Christian. But I don't believe in these people who umchala nakela ku church very early at 6 a.m. you're in church, at 1 p.m. you're in church, at 7 you're in church, at midnight you're in church. When are you going to work for those miracles? The church should find a better way to empower, because it's also full of the youth. They are there. They should encourage the youth on top of praying, on top of picking all the expensive cars, on top of praying for the good houses they want, for the better women they want to be. It is only going to achieve through two things, either by having a good or a service that you are offering or providing.
Very interesting things here. This evening I was chatting with a young lady who told me she wanted to buy an iPhone. I don't know which one is the recent. I gave up on buying very expensive phones. Which is the most?
I think we are now on 14 Pro Max, we're not yet on 15.
14 Pro Max. The last time I had was we were in 12, meaning I gave up a long time ago. I don't know how much that would cost about. Would it be 3 point something or 4M?
More than that.
Okay. Let's just do a round figure of 4M. So I told them, I bought a phone recently, not very expensive, but I saw my phone fall and the screen, and all the money I spent on it was gone. and you know how it can be a very, not a very nice thing to have a phone with with a broken screen somewhere. So we started calculating, what can the 4M do? If you bought a phone of 1M what can the 3M as a balance do? And this is a lady. Where am I taking you to? What are the hindrances to the real empowerment we would expect to see in our people? What is failing us? If someone has 4 million and they are willing to put it on a phone and the next day they don't have what to eat, where is the real actual problem? We have about 8 minutes here. Now I want to give you 4 and then I'll give Edrine 4.
Okay, not to waste time on my 4 minutes. One, still I'll go back to social media. You know, this thing called social media has done more harm, like very much harm. Because I'll see you're looking so lavish, you're holding an iPhone 14, iPhone 15. I don't know how much you're earning. I also know how much I'm earning. But because I want to be like you, it is the trend. You know, because everywhere everyone's like, oh, iPhone 14 Pro Max, iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's the trend on social media. Everyone wants to fit in that trend. So they fall in that category, like that person you've been talking about. They will not look into their reality. This is the biggest problem now we are facing, that the people out there are not living a reality. We are living to impress people on social media. We are living to impress people around us. We're not living the real us. This is where you will find people have money to party day and night, but they're jobless. But every Friday night they have plots. But these are people who are jobless. These are people who are really sleeping so much badly off. But they don't care about that as long as the outside society is being pleased. As long as the TikTok videos are trending. As long as their Snapchat is active. They will not have a problem with that. So they are living a fake life because of, you know, the pressure, the outside pressure. I want to be like so. I want to do things so and so has done. We are emulating other people's lives and forgetting to live the reality. That is where the biggest hindrance is coming from. Then, second, we have a lot of negative influencers, if you've noticed. We have, especially on Twitter, we have everyone who comes out calls themselves influencers. But we have a lot of negative influencers. People who will come out to brag about the iPhone 14, to brag about their RAV4s, to brag about the many plots they do every weekend, but they will never show you what they do to get that money. They will never show you the right channels they use to get that money. But they will come and present to you the labels they wear, they present you the expensive alcohols they drink, the expensive cars they ride. Someone out there is watching. They want to be like you, but you're not showing them what you do to be there. You're not showing them the right way to work hard, to drive the cars you drive, to hold the phone you're holding. So at the end of the day, an innocent child is going to come out, try to live a life of someone. They've seen, they don't even know how much he earns, they don't know how he earns it, but they want to be like them. Very many are out there.
So people live lives which are actually not their lives.
Yes.
You walk like you want to walk like Sudhir, yet you are not loaded like Sudhir. You want to put on a suit like for the guild president, and yet you are not a guild president. Mr. President, tell us, what is hindering the empowerment to be seen in the actual way?
One, I should say that when we start talking about women empowerment, the major challenge we get is that the women themselves feel like it is now only the men that should empower them. I believe that the ladies should also empower themselves. As a lady, have that belief that I can do something. I can do something. Nowadays, we have these ladies having their rights maybe to make, to determine their own choices. For instance, I can say, maybe my dad wants a lady, my sister, to do something. Maybe they want you to be a doctor. But you as a lady, as my sister, you know that I cannot be there. Or maybe this is what I want. This is what I want. There are families that basically believe that it is only through the education, doing engineering, medicine, that you can have a bright future. But this time around, nowadays we have these ladies having a chance, so the right to make their own choice. I believe in most families, people think that if you become an artist, then maybe you're not going to be safe. But since nowadays we have people with their rights, to take in the direction they feel like this is something they should treasure. That at least when I know I have a talent, I can sing, yes, let me be a Sindo of tomorrow. Let me be a Shiba of tomorrow. So one thing I'm saying that the ladies should make sure that empowerment, when you talk about women empowerment, it is not the gentlemen to empower you. Empower yourself as women, as girls. Can you empower yourself? Because if I see you empowering yourself, I will also be attracted to be part of the team that is going to empower the ladies. So one thing I have to say is that these people should have that self-esteem, that they can do something. They can be somewhere. Let them empower themselves. We shall also come.
And add a brick.
Exactly. Now, one thing I should say, the ladies, they should also find out, they should get their role models. And I would advise that even they first consider the ladies that have made it there. Why can't we have ladies that can maybe look at Kadaga and say, yes, I can also be a Kadaga of tomorrow.
That is if the Kadaga is the actual Kadaga.
If the Kadaga, yes, I like the way you said it. If the Kadaga is the actual Kadaga, yes. And if these people, the empowered women, can see someone who is struggling to be empowered, can you give a hand now? Can you give a hand? If you're one Kadaga and you're seeing maybe one Sharon somewhere, struggling to see that maybe they get where you are, can you get them and help them get where you are? The challenge is in Uganda, when you see someone coming up, you may think they want to take your position. Hope when we send here students to do internship, you don't think that they are going now to take your opportunity that you have. You never know that when they replace you, it is a blessing for you to get to a better level.
Actually, you have very many here from Kyambogo. So many.
Actually, we are going to send more. I hope you receive.
As soon as these ones go out, then we'll receive more.
I hope you can create space for this.
All right,
so what I'm saying,
in your parting shots,
the women should empower themselves, and if these ladies also, when they see the young women, the young girls struggling to get where they are, and maybe I'm looking up to someone as my role model, pick them up, assist them. I believe if that is done, we are going to have empowerment of the women, not verbally, but practically, and should become now a reality. We should not be coming here every time to discuss about women empowerment. The next time we should come back and at least discuss about women that now have been empowered. Those that have picked something from this discussion. If it was church, we would be saying they come and now give testimony. But now this is not church. This is not church.
Edrine is waiting for the testimony moment of ladies who have been empowered. Now we want to hear from Mama Africa. Probably she has a testimony after Edrine has made such a comment. Yes.
Just to sum it up, he said our women should pick up role models. It's also very challenging that you look around and you're like, who can my child really emulate? Who can really be? Because everyone you look at, they all have their own flaws. The people we expect to learn from are the people that are doing the unimaginable. You find a mother undressing on social media. You find a celebrity we feel like we should all follow up. She's doing the unimaginable. So it's also a challenge, by the way.
But I think the parents should be the first role models
Very
for
good.
their children.
It will always get us there. But you will also notice that even the mothers are doing worse than the children are doing. So it's really challenging, but we do hope that women pick it up from there. Stop those chicken fights. Women have chicken fights. Instead of lifting each other, you are just pulling down each other and fighting each other. It is very common, this, you know, it is everywhere. Even the nearest person you feel like should get help from you or you should get help from, instead of helping you, they are pulling you down. Instead of lifting you up, they are pulling you down. It is a weakness we women have, a general weakness. We do not want to lift and empower each other. It is something we need to deal away with if we really want to manifest this women empowerment. We need to learn to lift and support each other.
Now you can hear such a word from a lady. Stop the chicken fights and hunt for the leopard fights, for the lion fights and the elephant fights. Those bring real results, not chicken fights. At the end of it all, you have scratched yourselves and there is nothing. You want somebody sacked so that their salary is added to yours. Very funny things that people get involved in. Otherwise, thank you so much for keeping it Family TV. My name remains Odeke Emmanuel, and I don't hope to change it any day because I've found it a good one for myself. Otherwise, from me and the team, it's a good night. God bless you. God bless Uganda.